And basically what I specialize in is striking. And you guys have all seen MMA where it is grappling. But there's no reason, there's many other people, Aikido people who study the art of grappling. I did. I perfected the art of defense against strike. Somebody's trying to hit you, how to block it, how to slip it. Somebody's trying to kick you, how to counter it, and how to use strikes as weapons. So striking would be the elbows, knees, because that's not a sport where they work on self-defense techniques. But I did do the sport of kickboxing for 28 years. And the other champion, including Jeff Smith, the light heavyweight champion before me, he believes, I don't know if it's set in stone, but of the fighters that started in 1974, when this sport first came to America, I lasted longer than all the other fighters. I retired in 2002 was my last fight. So that's 28 years of kickboxing. And that's not fighting the average fighters. I fought the top level from 1980 on because I was world champion. Nobody's going to pay you to fight a beginner if you're walking around with a title, no. You only fight champions in a sense. So I have a lot of experience, and I'm going to give it to you guys. And people ask me, why did you say, well, get out? And I said, you know what, I learned all this. And if I just keep it to myself, that's not giving back to the martial art community. The whole point, really, the most important thing is I learned how to do it so you guys don't have to fight 100 people like me. I got 48 knockouts, so I knocked out 48 professional kickboxers. So when I tell you how to do a technique, it's not based on theory. It's not like if some instructor told me, oh, Don, this combination is how you set a guy up for a left hook or a roundhouse. I've either used the technique and knocked somebody out. I watched somebody else use the technique and either knock somebody out or damage them, or somebody used it against me. Somebody have been hit, guys. My joke is I've been hit in the head 10,000 times. I think it's a little less than that because I had pretty good defense. But it's not all give. You got to take. You got to learn how to take. But you never want to take the guy's best shot. And that's what I'm going to show you today is how to be either a little too close or a little too far from your opponent. And that will happen in defense. So everybody, I would like for you, as many as can, to be able to see yourself in the mirror, because if you can get in some rows, because you are going to be your own instructor. You're going to hear the things I tell you. I keep the hands up, elbows down, chin down. And then when you watch yourself, you see, this does not look like anything I would teach somebody to do. This, now you're looking more like, and I always put one shoulder forward and one back. So it's the cheapest training, cheaper than any heavy bag, and any equipment you can buy. It'd be just in a mirror. And you can put it anywhere. You can put it in your garage. I'm sure they have these mirrors that are not actually attached. I believe, anyway, you can be your own best coach. So anyway, get in a line, some lines where you can see each other. You can see yourself in the mirror. Now, okay, go ahead. Line yourself up. And make sure you can see the class. Yeah. So make a couple rows. Yeah. How to arrange and how to position people. Good. Now listen. In a Don the Dragon Wilson seminar, you probably will not be sweating. Because if you want to sweat, you just go outside and jump rope or go outside and jog and you'll just sweat. But in my seminar, I'm going to give you the information. And it's going to be difficult to give you a significant amount in just 2 hours. But I'm going to give as much as I can of the information, the most important thing. And then it's going to do you no good if you don't practice it. Everybody's heard practice makes perfect, right? Okay, we all hear that. Why does it make it perfect? How does that work? How does practicing something make it perfect? Now, we got to qualify it. If you practice it wrong, it's not going to make it perfect. If you're throwing punches and you're doing it wrong, practicing it perfectly makes it perfect for you when your subconscious mind does it. If you have to stop and think and say, oh yeah, the dragon said I block it like this and I can counter with an uppercut. If you're thinking like that, believe me, the fight's over. The fight's over. You cannot think consciously as fast as you need to move as a fighter. What you have to do is practice it so many times, the same thing. Like you get one of your friends, they call them sparring partners. You're not fighting against each other, you're helping each other. He's got a glove on, he throws a punch and you block it like this. You block it like this. And you block it, boom, you counter. And you block it, boom, you counter. It's got to be subconscious. You've got to be doing it naturally. The 48 knockouts I had, they were not plotted out like playing chess. Oh, if I do this, it's going to... You don't have time for that. They hit me, and my reaction is from doing it instinctively. Your body, your subconscious mind is the most powerful thing you have. Your conscious mind makes one thought slowly. It's too slow for using in a fight. So anyway, you're going to practice everything. You're going to do it in slow technique, not the speed, power technique, or speed, power, and conditioning. We're repeating it over and over. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to do it purely for technique. And I'm going to watch you, correct you, and then you'll have to do it on your own. You have to practice it on your own. Okay, so everybody, first of all, we start from our fighting position. Everyone gets to a fighting position. Now, when I mean fighting position, I mean if you have to fight for self-defense or if you fight for a tournament, because Bill Wallace and I believe this. The same position I get when I'm in a martial art tournament is the same position I would get in a kickboxing match. It's the same position I get in if somebody slaps me in a bar room brawl. I get the same. That's your fighting stance. It's the place where you can defend yourself. Now, everything I'm going to tell you is not necessarily the law, and you have to do it. But I'm going to teach you what I did. And when I leave here, some of it's going to feel comfortable, you're going to feel good. Some of it's going to feel uncomfortable. But you're going to, in the end, like Michelle said, you're going to have your own style. But it's good to be exposed. It takes many seminars as possible because everybody does things differently. And but we're going to do it. Today is the Dragon's Day. I get to tell you my way. Now, first of all, human beings don't move well on their heels. Everybody get on your heel and try to move around. Can you play tennis like this? Can you play basketball like this? No, we can't fight like that either. So get up on the balls of your feet. That's how human beings move the best. Right. Now, as a fighter, if I see, look at your fighting this. If I see both your shoulders, it's called open. The guy's fighting. Right. You should only see one shoulder. If you ever watch Mayweather fight, he does that. He breaks like this. You don't even know where his right shoulder is. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that. You go shift in and out of that. You come out like this, and you shift. This is a defensive thing, right? This is your opponent's target. As soon as I do this, it takes a lot of it away. He's got to come around you to try to strike you. So, one foot in front, one at back, balls in the feet, one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm liking this. Now, there's no reason for anybody's hand to be down here like this. There's like Tommy Hearns. He's 6'2", so he fights like this. You can, because you can use this to draw the guy in. It's a strategy. But basically I teach, first of all, the most protected way you are is this called the shell in boxing. Muhammad Ali used this, and George Foreman couldn't knock him out. Hardest hitter in boxing. You run on the ropes, you went like this. When your chin is down, and your elbows are in against your body, you can't hit in the body, and he's like this, you're protected. It's like a turtle. You tap the top of their shell, they pull their arms in, and their necks in. This is your shell. When in doubt, in any self-defense situation, if somebody goes to grab you immediately, you don't want this sticking out. Because if you hit it like this, that's how I knock guys out. I call it tapping the chin. I get them looking this way. I get wind up and I whack, like I just tap them. Hit the chin, they go to sleep. So your chin cannot be out here like this as a target. It just goes in. And I don't know why, I'm not a medical doctor, but you can take a great shot if your chin is down, like that. So everybody first got your chin down, eyes are up. You never look at the ground. Because wherever your eyes look, that's where you're going to go. And you know what you want to do? You want to go right to your opponent. Keep your eye on your opponent. Who's seen Enter the Dragon? Probably everybody. Okay. Never take your eyes off your opponent. That's the law. He said it in the movie, and it's the truth. That's in a real fight. You never take your eye off. People look at the ground. They look there. They look everywhere. Baker Keys used to say, "Oh, that's a good point." He used to look at like the center of them and like peripheral vision, but I don't like that. And I was known to be a good finisher because I look at their eyes. And I can tell when I barely stun a guy, his eyes are kind of looking a little weird, and then I finish him off. So I look at the guy's eye, and I let my peripheral vision see everything else. You can still see my legs and feet and my hands here, but by looking in the eye, I think that's where I focus. That's just my thing. I'm not saying do everything exactly like me, but try it, see if it feels comfortable. Okay, everybody fighting stance facing this way. Now, your protection is this. Everybody put your hands behind your back like that. Do you feel safe at all? Is there any, okay, you're a little safe because you just turned sideways, so it's not right. But, okay, so this is our shield, guys. This is your shield. When you do this, you're protecting yourself. It's immobile. I don't believe in doing this because guys will fake it. Do this, they'll come right over the top and hit you. So you go into the shell like this. So everybody get your fighting stance. Arms are up. Right. Not like this. There's no reason to do this. Right. Now, your body's totally open. She's got this on, so this is all totally open. Right. Your hands should be able to touch your chin. Now, Mike Tyson used to come out, when he first came on the market, he came out like this. And now this guy's 5'11", this fighting guy's 6'6". They can't touch him. Because he's moving his head, and his hands are here. He's not like this. The only time his hands come out is when they punch it, and then they go right back. He would fight guys. And keep it right here. That's why he was able to fight guys 6'6", and he couldn't hit him. That's what you guys want. You want to be covered, and I'm going to teach you how to sit and move as well as this. But first, we're going to get your fighting stance right. That's the first line of defense, your fighting stance. So now, let's see, we're on the balls of our feet. We got one hip forward, one shoulder forward. We got these protect your body. Arms, right. Now, you don't really tighten the muscle because when you tighten the muscle, you lose energy. Because you tighten. Now, to prove of that is this. I go to Arnold Classic every year. You've heard of that, Arnold Schwarzenegger and the bodybuilding. These bodybuilders go there, and I've seen them pass out. They go, oh, these are professional bodybuilders, but when you're flexing, energy is being lost. And you want to save your energy. Your only energy is to attack your opponent. You don't want to lose energy while so you're relaxed. Everything's relaxed. It's right. And there shouldn't be space between your elbow and your body because if somebody could land a shot. Right. It's like this. Right. That's it. And this is protecting your chin, your head. And you always got your eyes up. Okay? Your left shoulder forward, turn more to the side. Better. Because look, first of all, you don't hit the muscle you hit with your body weight. Now, when both shoulders are like this is called arm punching. Now look at the difference between this and this. You guys don't believe in this theory like this. Go watch Marciano fight. His fighting stance looks like this. He's so low. He's like this, and then he comes out, comes up a little, and then boom, his whole body's behind him, and his left hook, his whole body. But if I'm like this, I got nothing, and this is called arm punching, which you don't want to do as a martial artist. Just punch with the weight of your arms. It's your body. So put one shoulder forward and one back, right, and be relaxed. Now, if your hand's up and you can't touch your chin, it's too far away. Because what you gotta do is look from here, and boom. But it's here, and you're here, and you just block it, and nothing. See? You just go like it. No matter what combination I can't get in. Because you're covering it. I know we do this in martial arts, because I learned the same thing in Goju and Kung Fu. We block techniques. You don't do that in the fight. We learn as kickboxers, you cover the target. You cover your chin, you cover what the guy's attacking rather than blocking, like reaching out to block a jab or reaching out, everybody does this. Right? We all work all kinds of blocks. But you don't see when kickboxing in the UFC, you don't see the guy goes, they're not doing what we do in forms and kata and things like that because they don't practically work, in the real life. I'm not against it. To me, in my mind, it's like calisthenics. Football players get out and they do this. You ever see anybody tackle something like this? Or it looks like it's just a way of loosening up, warming up, and hand-eye body coordination. It's all good for that, but it's not how we fight. What we're going to work on is really fighting. Or you get your fighting stance, everybody, and be relaxed. You're not burning energy, right? You're looking up. You're not looking down. If I want to walk this way, do I start walking like this? Or do I start walking like this? Which is, you look in the direction you're going to go. So the direction you want to go is through your opponent. So you look, always keep your eyes up. Bruce Lee said, slap the guy goes, never take your eye off your opponent. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? He said in the movie, but it's real. It's real fighting. You keep your eye on him because the punch you don't see is the one that knocks you out. Like if I'm talking to him, I'm trying to explain something, and he walks up to me and he just goes like that on the side of the chin, I'll go right to sleep like everybody else. It's the one you see, but if you see the punch, you'll cringe enough to take it. You know, you'll instinctively do it. You'll be able to lean back, you'll lean forward, you'll take the punch. But if you're looking this way and the guy just barely hits you on the chin, boom, we all just shakes our head and we go right out. So keep your eyes straight ahead on your opponent, elbows in, no space between the body and yes, like that right there is not right. This, because it's for his protection, right? That's looking good. Oh. Now get in on him. I have 3 punches. Okay, so now you got your. This is your defensive position. One, so forth. You're down. Elbows in. Your hands are covering your chin. Now this is your fighting stance. Everybody get fighting stance? Now the first technique we're going to work on is the lead hand. The reason for that is it's closer to your opponent. It's faster. You can stay protected the whole time you throw it. There's a lot of good reasons to start not throwing the big right, the big hook, the big back like you run a house kick. To start throwing the jab like this. Your target is your chin, right? Your weapon comes forward. Your chin does not. You don't do it like this. Here, watch the difference. I'll try to show it this way, better angle. Watch my chin. See how it comes forward? That if I do this, that adds. If he just throws a counter jab, it adds the power of it. It's like boom, like head-on collisions. You guys, if 20 miles an hour, you just hit a wall, kind of shook up. 20 miles an hour, boom, like that. It's a big wreck. My total right into the car. If they're both, so you don't want to walk into a punch. So everybody will work the lead hand. So there's going to be several things we're going to work on. You'll relax. You're going to be relaxed when you do it. When your hand turns over, your palm is facing down. It's not like you're throwing punches like this. It's like that. And it's you don't throw it like this. This is called pawing. If you're pawing at the guy, you're not getting covered. When it locks out, that's counter. In football, they used to call it stiff arming. Like if you watch the old guys without face, they're running, they just stiff arm guys. Well, they made that actually illegal because it was hard to tackle. Even with a football helmet, if a guy sticks his arm out straight, it stops you dead in your tracks. So that's what a jab does. It's right, it's straight, and it just stops the guy right there. Because it's locked out. It's a stiff jab, they call it, stiff jab. Okay? Do it slow. Remember, we're not working speed or power or technique. We're doing speed, power, or conditioning, just technique. Do it nice and slow. Now your hand is open, it should be like this. And you're hitting imaginary, it's these first 2 knuckles. Do it slow and then back. Right. Just the lead hand. There. Palm faces down at the point of contact. That's it. And also, everybody stop. When he threw the jab, his shoulder is protecting his chin on this side. See, now watch this jab and you'll be able to see. I can get hit with the right hand. I don't want to go like this. He goes with the right hand. Right hand. Boom. See that? Now watch the difference. Do it now. Right hand. See, if your chin is, or your shoulders right, that's it, right? In fact, when I went to the history, I'll do like this. Just to remind them, yeah, right. There's big picture that. Now do it just like a little step back like this, like that. See, you got that? Yeah, you can't. Right. See, I instinctively brought up because you know your shoulder protects your chin when your hand's out here. That's it. Now there's also a couple things you got to do. On what they call every serious technique you throw, you exhale. Because a lot of people ask me this, John, I was running and everything. I fought like 3 rounds, I was huffing and puffing. I said, yeah, I watched it, you were holding your breath. What? I said, yeah, you got to exhale if you're exhaling, I don't have to remind you to inhale. Human beings normally instinctively breathe in. Because imagine this, you get a bunch of fighters and they're going, they're consciously breathing. It doesn't work that way. I mean, you would think, well, he wants oxygen. No, if you go, you instantly, the inhale, I don't have to tell you to do. Everybody does. Thai boxers make this noise when they go, they make a big noise when they throw kicks. It's because they're exhaling. And you yeah, just relax and then you exhale. Kind of, it's a conscious thing, yeah. Just, yeah. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing to make a little noise. You're working on your jabs. Oh. Seriously. Okay, stop. Okay, that's just the very first. It's your lead striking hand, lead jab. It looks like most of your left hand, so that's the couple southpaws, I guess. But, so it's your lead hand, and you relax. At the point of contact, remember, shoulder is up, chin is down, so as we take it. This is a good jab. This is not. Right hand comes out of here. And this one always stays here. When one hand attacks, the other hand defends. And you got two lines of defense with this backhand. If you catch punches this way or that way. You will be the safest fighter. You don't have to worry about the other guy because you know if he throws a right cross, you do this, block it. If he does a left hook, you do this. If he throws an uppercut, you go down. The uppercut, you block it like this. Right. So you got your defense right in front of the guy. Nobody's getting through any of this on you guys. You're going to have great defenses, and from your defensive position, you're going to initiate your offensive techniques. Okay, so next punch would be most people the right, but the lead hand, lead jab, cross. Now the cross can be right or left, depending on if you're southpaw or orthodox. And here's where the power comes. This is your knockout punch, by the way. Nobody knocks you out with the jab, but I call them nose breakers. Nobody likes a nose breaker. I break noses, no problem with my jab. There's a day punch, I just snap it out there, get it right on the end, pow, and I hit it, and then I see the blood coming, I know. Because I've had my nose broke many times. And when they tell you, oh, it hurts in the morning. No, it doesn't. It hurts right then. Right then. And I sat down, and the blood's going out my nose and down my throat, and I go, oh, man. Every time I shake my head, it hurts. So, yeah, nothing wrong with breaking your opponent's nose if it comes at you. And we can all do that. This is not even bone. It's cartilage. It's a little harder than it's so easy. You can break it with this. Boom. You hit right there. It's snap. Bang. It's a fast technique. Lead hand. But now, your reverse is going to be the knockout power. Because the difference is this. It's got all your body weight. Imagine a pole that goes through your head, goes into the ground, and you're twisting like that for all your punches. The pole, your body is twisting like this for power. So when you're here, there's a big twist when the backhand comes. And you exhale when you do it. You exhale when you jab too. But you definitely you're getting all your body weight. Nobody throws a shot put like this. I don't know if you guys throw the 16 shot. You get the shot put. You get your front hand and you shoot it like that. No, nobody throws like that. They take the shot put and put it there. Bang. And when you want to throw it, you don't throw it like some people got in the fighting stance, like two shoulders. If you see me throwing a shot and I'm starting out right here, I'm not going to throw it very far. What they start is they start with their back to the thing like this. And they go, Now, I'm not saying you got to do that. Don't turn your back on your opponent. But if you want power, the power comes from the turning of the shoulder. So that what you want to do is right. Yes. Turn the right hand. No. Now keep your eye on it. You're facing. No. You always on your opponent. You always turn on. That's the right hand. And exhale both times. Nose breaker, and you on the chin and goes to sleep. That's as simple as it. If I hit something in the chin, maybe gaze. Okay, let's try it. So let's use the jab. And remember, the whole body is turning. That's the technique you're using. It's not this, where the body's up behind. You know, we call that the reverse punch. In karate tournaments, it does work. You can score points. Because you just go, and your whole body stays back. There's no power in that, though. You're not going to see Mike Tyson get knocked out by a guy whose body's back here and his punch comes like that. It's not going to knock anybody out. It's when the body is behind the punch. Right. So do them slow at first, guys. Remember, start the technique slow. Right cross, right. That's it. Don't look down. Where you look, you will go. You don't want to go down there. No, that's for your opponent.
I don't know if you remember.
When he was big,
that's when I decided I wasn't going to do
well, you ain't the fight guy. You guys that big anyway. You started off fighting at weight. You're 6'4". Who would be running for me to work out with?
It's old school and cover.
Well, Ernest taught me a lesson. I'm not going to be no.
That's why I decided I'm not going to be a professional kickboxer.
They both in the same spot. Because my chin sticks here. Especially this. All you do is boom. So that's why you're feeling the guy out. Now, that's don't put it away. But if they shoot touching out of the air, you get that. And that is just what I'm saying. It was one to big one. This one is get out of the right like that. And then this one now. So your chin down there. That's now this right in the nose. So the same thing. See that? So your shoulder connection and then this one here. But your shoulder that's a total contact. It doesn't have to be like this the whole time, but when the punch goes, the shoulder's there. Because you might kind of look. But I'm way down here. But I'm doing this. My shoulder down here. So, these are what you want to Nice and slow. Exhale, right. And then right. Boom, boom. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good. See how far you're going with those two bodies? That's where
Excuse me. Yo.
Okay, break. Okay, those are two. Now they're basically 6 basic punches. We've worked on 2 of them. We're touching on all of them, but you cannot perfect them in 1 2 hour set. First pro fight 74, 2 years of the back. It's going to be about 40 years I've been doing this, and I'm not perfect at anything. But I will say this though. One day last week, I don't know what it was. If I throw 10 punches, I expect 6 of them to land pretty good. But on that day, I felt like 8 of them. 8 out of 10. Every turn, bang, bang, bang. Body weight, everything. And I don't know what it is. I should probably eat what I ate the day before. I'll have the hours I slept or whatever. But when you first start out, you're going to probably throw 9, kind of halfway good. Maybe 1 out of the 10 will actually be exactly the way you need your body weight going, and your hands snapping right, and back to the defense position. So don't be discouraged. Everybody goes through that. And that's why they say practice makes perfect. Because the more you do it, you're consciously teaching your subconscious mind to do these techniques properly. And then, heaven forbid you should ever get in a self-defense situation. But there's no time to think. It is even, I get time to prepare. I get months to prepare for a fight. But self-defense is on a whole nother level. You don't get any time to prepare. You're sitting there eating your dinner, and all of a sudden your plate gets kicked out of the way, and a crazy person's in the restaurant trying to steal your wallet or whatever. You don't know what it could be, and you've got to be able to react. So it may seem like a simple thing, just a jab or a cross or a hook, as we're going to look now. But under stress and pressure with no time to prepare and all, it's you got to train. You got to train so it's subliminal. You don't think. When I knock guys out, many of them, the punches just came. I didn't plan it. I did not. I got to watch it, rewind it, watch it in slow motion, see what the heck I did. But it was because of the training you're doing all the way now. You first got to learn the technique, you do it over and over and over. And it's different for everybody. A guy like Roy Jones, I'm sure you teach him something, 5 days later he's perfected. He's landing punches, he's jumping out of where he's sitting. But some of us have to do it 100 times a day. Or work on it for weeks or months or years to be able to use them in a real life situation. So don't expect it to be like an overnight thing. I'm teaching the techniques. You have to practice it yourself. You cannot learn it in the 2-hour seminar and apply it in real life. Okay. Well, my self-defense class, I do show a few techniques that you can actually use as soon as you walk out this door. We're going to get that a little bit later. Because I always, and every seminar, even to kickboxers, I end a little bit of self-defense lessons because I believe it may help you. Maybe you don't have to defend yourself in a week or so. You don't have time, 10 years to train. You get attacked in a week, you have to defend yourself. So we're going to get to that. Okay, get back in the fighting stance again. Now we're going to work the lead hook. Now, all these punches, the arm is not the power, the muscle. It's relaxed. You're relaxed. What's the power is shifting the body weight. Now, the lead hook is like this. The way you set it up is you put a little bit of weight on your lead leg like this, little weight, and then when the weight comes back, that's when you throw the hook. Now, you can't throw the palm facing you. It's still going to be a hard hook, but there is a chance that he's going to urinate tighter. In a self-defense situation, there's not going to be any tighter. It's all going to be over one way or the other, 30 seconds or less than a minute. So, don't worry about it. If your thumb is up, that's okay, because it's still going to be powerful. But I usually turn my palm over because I can get on a heavy bag and just throw 100 of them. Because there's no arm. But when you do this, and I give you resistance, I'll show you. I give a little resistance. Your thumb is facing up. I give resistance. Feel how this is working? Now, turn it over and upward. Now this is all relaxed. And this, you can do it all day. You just test it yourself on a heavy bag. You'll never get tired. So anyway, it's your choice. You can practice the hook like this, but here's what it is. One thing everybody's got to do is this. Shift the body weight to the back leg. That's the power. The body weight to the back leg. And this is 90 degrees. It goes boom, like that. Boom, like that. You can turn the palm over. I do it. I turn my palm over a lot because I fight 12 rounds. Self-defense is not 12 rounds, but since I was a pro fighter, I turn my palm over, and then I never get tired. My arm is always relaxed. No matter how many hooks I throw or how many blocks, when I hit like this, yeah, that's good. And remember, we're exhaling, and your weight is staying here. You just turn your body. Your weight has to shift like this. Your weight is on your back leg. That's it. Do you know what you just did? Watch my face. You went like this. Now see where I'm facing is this way. The face stays here. You get your eye on the palm. The hook comes. You see how you're still looking straight ahead. Right. Still looking there. You don't want to turn and be right. Yeah. So look at me. And if you want to set it up, do like this. Right. You feel that? I don't know when the hook's from. You go through it, you're you get that hole that goes through you to the ground, and you just shoot you. Right. And that's you're doing this. The guy doesn't know what you're doing. Boom! He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got the shin down, profile good. Get it up. And now you boom! Right. And this is, you're not going to get this guys wouldn't see this. You go up a little. Good night. Good night. You're already thinking. Yes. Well,
Wallace teaches us to hit
yes.
back.
I trained with, first time we worked out together in 1978, and I trained a long time with Wallace. He was great for left hook. Everybody talks about his kicks.
Oh,
But he was a good, he didn't have a great right cross, but his left hook, up the left uppercut, jab, fast. He had Hearns in that jab when they did the exhibition, always in his corner. Imagine this, me and Chuck Norris are in Bill Wallace's corner, and then they have Thomas Hearns and, oh God, he's a famous boxing trainer who became an announcer. Well, anyway, he had his trainer in the corner. It's a 3-round exhibition in Miami. So the first round, me and your first round, keep the Bills. I'm just going to go, let me know right off the bat if he's going all out. Just be ready for it in case he doesn't. They'll get in fight mode. And so Tommy Hearns decides he's playing with Bill Wallace. In his mind, this guy's not a boxer, he's a kickboxer. So he has no respect for his feet. He can, look at the distance between your foot and my face. Tommy Hearns, there's no way. So here's what happens. Tommy Hearns lowers his left and he does one of these boxing where he goes, come on, let me see what you got. And Bill went, whacks, kicked him right in the face. Pow! Now, it wasn't, yes, it was fast, but Hearns didn't know a foot could get there that fast. So he never sparred a kickboxer, and especially, you can spar millions of people, that ain't sparring Bill Wallace. And this is in, Bill had retired by then, I believe, so it must have been 1980.
Yeah.
But it was in Miami. But he retired means he's not fighting professionally, but he's still training every day. We all do, all the real martial artists, at least in my opinion, they're the real martial artists. Guys like Bill Wallace and Chuck Norris. They don't do it like Seagal, who's just getting big and fat, or Van Damme, get on the cocaine and partying. Real martial artists keep the values and the traditional values, even in their older years. And Bill was that way. So anyway, Hearns underestimated, got kicked in the face, kind of embarrassed him, I think. Second round, it was a little tougher for Bill. Third round, Hearns crowded, Bill put him on the ropes. I think if he had 10 ounce gloves, he was trying to put him on the floor maybe. Just to make sure everybody knew, hey, I'm Tommy Hearns, he was light heavyweight champion, by the way. He was not the welterweight. He had gotten bigger. Yes. There's two Hearns. There's welterweight Hearns, light heavyweight Hearns.
Right.
But Bill did great, and that was all videotaped. No one that I know has ever seen this.
How many pulls it
I
off?
was there.
Pull it off?
Me and Chuck Norris were in Bill's corner. Who's got that video? I'd love to see it. Anyway, okay, we're in fighting position. Sorry, okay, so let's work that hook. Now, you know what? If you start the hook here, really, it's not, in my opinion, it's not effective from here. Maybe as a counter, if this guy's coming after you, you can turn it and hook. As a counter, no, it's your backhand. It's this one. This goes like that, right? It's a counter. Like if I come forward, you rock back on that and counter. But if you want to attack with it, you have to make this move and then counter like this. You're right. You have to do a little forward and then back. The power is coming back. It's shifting the body weight. No. You're going forward and shifting. It's that. The weight's on your right foot for you. The weight's on the right. No. You're just turning. Let's try to do this way. Now, put the weight on the right foot. That's it. Now rock your shoulder over and here we go. When you shoulder, don't think like this one. Think like this one. This is setting you up. You move rock it forward. Now when it goes backwards, that's it. You feel the difference? This one comes forward. That's how you set up those. You set there. Boom. That's why boxers are doing that. Because you don't know when it's going to come, and then he does it. Oh, he goes up. So move that shoulder forward. back, your hip comes backwards. Then when you turn, it goes like that. Okay, shoot slow. No, you do the hip first and then look, you're setting up the punch. Oh, people, you know what? It was explained to me like this. We're firing weapons. We're firing like an artillery cannon. So you don't take cannon on the battlefield. Just start shooting in the general direction of the bad guys. Whoever you like. You got to set it up. You got to place it in the right place, then fire it. Well, here's my hook. I'm not just going to throw it out there. I gotta place it. See, now I placed it on this side of the guy. When I pull it back, I'm hitting it. Boom, like that. So that's what you're doing. You're setting up your weapon. You can't go a hook from here, right? The guy's right over there. But when I shift, now I'm in position for a hook. So when you do it, do just slow little movements. The same. Light by the inch is a cinch. That's the hook. And relax, exhale. These are all things you have to do. Keep your eye on your opponents. Stay relaxed. Stay on the balls of your feet. Let's try it. We're going to do the lead hook. No, your weight is coming forward on the hook. The weight has got to go back on the hook. Back. No. The hook lands like this. It's on the side. It hits on the side. So we go here. Here like this. Better. And exhale. Remember, we exhale on serious things. Yeah. Well, you know what? When they're young, they learn fast. Yeah, you're setting up. All the techniques go from your chin to your opponent's chin. You do it right, it's hip and everything right, but you from your chin to their chin and back to your chin. It's that way you're the least amount of time vulnerable to be encountered. And remember, I think I mentioned this, I hope I mentioned it, but the thing that separated me mainly from all the other champions is my defense. Well, if you don't get hit solid in a round, you land 2 jabs, you won the round. It takes all the pressure off your offense. You don't have to be, and not everybody can fight like Mike Tyson, where the bell rings and he just comes with like he's throwing bombs until one of them lands and then it's over. We can't all fight like that. We have to, what we can all fight is strategy. Strategy, technique, conditioning. I think everybody can improve their conditioning. Martial arts does not make anybody a Superman. If I get knocked out, hit a chin, I get knocked out like everybody else. All 40 years of martial arts goes right out the window. If I'm looking this way and somebody just clips me on the chin. So we're all humans, vulnerable. But I will say this, every time you train like today, every time you come to the dojo and train, you're a little bit better than you were the day before. That's the goal. Just improve little increments over and over and over, consistently for years. I think my very first martial arts class was in 73. 73 is Goju, the Japanese, right? And yeah, I learned that lesson from my teacher. He's just passed away, Chuck Manning, but he was a very traditional Japanese Goju instructor. And he said, your goal with your gym is not to be Bruce Lee or be the top guy. Your goal is to be better than you were the day before. Every day you come in, and you know what? We can all accomplish that, right? You just learn a little more, you just practice your balance a little more, relax a little more. We can all improve a little bit better than we were the day before. And you just keep doing that. I'm not saying you guys have to keep 40 years of me, but if you're crazy as I am, I can't wait till I get to the workout again. So, okay, so everybody back on your fighting stance, facing this way. Now, you've got the lead, what do they call the 1, 2, 3 punch combination? Now, this punch right here is a tricky one because you are going to be slightly vulnerable. You've got to really time this. It's got the uppercut. And the reason for that is this. Okay, here's your fighting stance, right? Now, I want to hit a target that's here, and I want to hit it from underneath it. So what I have to do is drop my shoulders, come up under, and then you don't do this. This is what everybody instinctively do. Feels like doing. Lower your hand and come up. Because many times when you're lowering it and then, no, when it's coming down, the guy steps in, boom, he throws the hook. Boom, he throws the right. No, what you do is this. And you can watch Mike Tyson's fights, he's the master, but I don't think there's a heavyweight that throws a better uppercut than Mike Tyson. He stays in his defense position, and he gets in the position, and then he goes like this. You set it up with the opposite shoulder. I put the shoulder here. Now, when I move it, right where that shoulder almost was is the uppercut. Now, here's some homework. If I put my chin on your shoulder, there's no way I can block his uppercut now. When you're fighting a guy and you feel this, all you have to do is move your shoulder back, and it's right there. And you know the chin is there because you just want to have you this. Boom! Right. And keep this one here because if you do this, you're going to go. Right. It's 1, 2. You can turn for 3. 1, 2. No, going straight. Right. I mean, you can watch guys like Mel go that way. Way back here, he reaches for it. But he's got their target back here, and he goes like this. Up under there. He's looking at it, and he gets in the face with this, and boom. Or up here. Yeah, the uppercut is a great technique, but if you don't do it right, if I do it like this, I'm going to get knocked out myself. If I go drop and under, boom, you got to set it up. Set it up. So do it slow, guys. Look straight ahead. Don't. Your eyes are kind of like going. While you're turning, your eyes are not turning this way and that way. You're turning this way. Boom. Still. Okay. Yeah. Look straight ahead, but turn your body. Remember, you get that pole that goes through your head and goes all the way to the ground. So you can turn around that pole without losing your eyesight. No, you set it up with the left. So the left shoulder sets it up like this. And then the uppercut. When the shoulder goes, the uppercut. You see the shoulder goes, the uppercut. So plus. Here's the other shoulder. Now when I throw it backwards. No.
Oh, it was this one.
Right, the opposite one. That's it. That's better. Good. So you set up this one like this. And then when this one goes backwards, your uppercut comes. Right. So you're like this. Or I'm like this. Don't get slow though. You can speed up later. The first one, we're going to take it so slow. Both hands on the side of your face. Slip it. Oh. He's got a bag that's like sideways. Bam, bam, and then you'll throw it, chin, back here. Wow. He's tough. Supplement, you will find that when you make the little noises, you will get more power. And this is not magic, but I go to the Arnold Classic just about every year, and they have bodybuilders and weightlifters. When those guys, you know how we have the ki, we go, we do a ki. Those weightlifters, when they slam that clean and jerk, they somehow the issuing of sound can give you adrenaline, I guess, or something, but we get more power. And the weightlifters do it, and another animal does it. The lions roar just before they rip another, and gorillas will open their mouth and you pound their chest. I mean, there's like you can't separate your psychic aggression from your physical aggression. There is something to exhaling. When you make a sound, you got to exhale, right? So it's natural. There's no way to make a noise without air coming out of your mouth. So that might be part of the reason why we do it. But remember, we got to breathe it. Remember to exhale. You don't have to remember to inhale. We all do that. I've never heard a trainer say, "I want to hear you when you." Well, you can't make noise when you inhale. At least I can't, but you can make noise. And so everybody do that when you're training by yourself. It'll help to get ready to breathe correctly as well. You can't hold your breath if you make a noise, right? Air's coming out. That's the way this sound is made. So if you guys remember to make a little, John Wilson said, make noise, I'm going to wake up the whole house to shout box in my room. I'll say, John Wilson told me to make that noise. Don't do that, kids. Okay, so those are the basic punches. Most basic punches is lead hand jab, right hand cross, left hook, and uppercut. Okay, it's not rocket science, but you can spend the rest of your life trying to perfect those punches. And matter of fact, that's what boxers do. They don't have the elbows, they don't have knees, they don't work with grappling. All they do is, those are the three basic punches. And the way you mix them up, the speed you get with them, the conditioning, the way you fake them, all that all helps make you a better boxer, which makes you better at self-defense. Yes.
Can anybody hold the pad?
Just hands. And,
I want you to watch this machine.
well,
This guy's incredible. I just watched some of his videos.
yeah, well, I just did it in the gym, yeah. But you know what? I didn't show that to you the hardness of hitting. I use no energy for those. When I was hitting it, I was just completely ready. Every punch.
Somebody big. I was.
You know what? Yeah, just any kind of art. Any bad blood, yeah, you know what? We're doing it for the basics to learn technique. But when you want to improve, once you get the basics down, like you want to look in here and you can see, hey, everything I'm doing is like you said, it's shifting. Then you need to hit a regular, like mitts like these. And the very last thing you do is the actual sparring. You know, everybody wants to do the sparring because I guess. So, okay, this is up here. What I normally do is this. I don't do this, and pro boxers do it, I've seen guys do it. They cross the punches. Like they throw a punch here, and then punch there. Now, my feeling is this. Boxers told me it's like making lightning strike twice in the same place. This is not making lightning strike twice in the same place. This is not the same place as that. So if I'm going to do a 1-2, I can get this, and then that's right afterwards. I go one here, and then there. Like that. I don't cross, because nobody's chin goes from here to here that fast. Nobody's chin is here, and then, the leg's coming, and then move. It's just, to me, it's not practical. So now the hook comes this way, and if you remember, I told you keep your elbows in and only turn it over in the last second. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you know what? The guy holding you next, you guys can train together. He's doing a workout too. You're seeing him and you're reacting to the time to me.
So used to left, right,
Well,
left, right.
yeah. But they're crossing, and I don't like to. The human body is not made that way. Yeah, I was just going to do one more. Turn my palm over. Doing this because I don't want to bore you. We could do this on it. It'd be the end of the seminar, and I'd be a sweaty mess on the floor, and I'd say, I didn't teach you anything. Thank you. Okay, everybody, back. We're going to. Okay, now, so we work those 6 punches to the hands. It's the basics. Now we're going to work some kicks. Now, before I do that, I would like for everybody to remember this. Well, tightening your hand when you get kicking, right? Know where you're getting strong. You guys are all safe. There's no need to break. But you guys don't kick anybody. We're not doing this for speed, power, or conditioning. It's just technique. I want to see some kicks before I say anything about kicking. Okay? Everybody, try to see yourself. Kind of watch yourself when you do it. Just throw some of your kicks, and I'm going to watch for just a few minutes. Okay, go ahead. Not too fast. Keep your eye on your opponent. Okay, great. But I can tell you one thing right now. You know, I've been teaching seminar since I won the title, which is 1980. So it's been 40 years. I used to go to martial art classes and I'd say, okay, everybody, let me see you throw some kicks. Watch them teaching you that. And here's what these people will do. They start like this thing going. Hands were, nobody knew that they were supposed to be protected while you were kicking. If anything, you're more vulnerable because once you start the roundhouse kick, you're on one foot. Now, everybody stand on one foot. What kind of punch do you think you could take like that? I've always going to haul up and just whack you as hard as I could when you're standing on one foot. So for a split second, you're vulnerable to getting attacked, right? When you start to launch the kick, before it's gone, as soon as you do this, you might get hit. So you got to keep your guard up. Now, Thai boxers, if you watch them, they fight, the whole fight will be like this. There is none of this, and like we see some of our fighters, Western style fighters, and sometimes I used to see this. Like people do this when they throw the kicks. The reason for that is balance. If I was going to walk a tightrope, right? Everybody knows this is a tightrope. I'm going to go like this, right? Because you've got balance. But remember, you're a martial artist. There's a guy standing right in front of you who wants to kick and punch you. You can't do this for balance. All your techniques, you have to be able to balance your kicks, every kick, with the guard right up like this. You don't want to. You still relax. It's just you're not doing this as balance. Yeah. Everybody, keep your hands in front of your face. You got to be able to touch your chin with your. That's too low. It's not touching your chin. Remember, the hand is not up here just for show. It's to protect your chin. Now, if you can't touch your chin, this is not. Your hands are not up, even though it looks like it. What is this? V is for victory, right? L is for loser. I is for idiot. We can remember that, right? I is for idiot. Now, look, you will see, now you can go back and they'll say, I'm going to watch this guy. Does he know anything about fighting? You go back and watch my fight. You say, look, his hand is down. His hand is. Yes, I do this because I am wanting my opponents to underestimate and think. My chin is open, so they come to try to hit me. I'm what they call a counter fighter. All of my offense works when you're trying to hurt me. So if the bell rings and I come out like this, my opponents are all ready and they're not likely to open up to hit me. They're all put on guard. But if they come to me and they see, I'm moving around the ring and they say, oh, Kyle Wilson has no defense. I can hit this guy. And then they try to hit me. So don't take that as, oh, God does it, so I'm going to put my hands low. No. If my hands are low, most of the time, I'm doing it on purpose. I do it. My major strategy is called rocking the baby to sleep. I get out in the ring. My opponents will fight 12 rounds for a long time, and they've read about me and they've watched me knock guys out, and they go, defense is on high alert. After about 3 or 4 rounds, not getting hit hard at all. Easy, just tapping them. I would just barely hit them. This guy's not that good. He's all hype. This guy's not that good. And then they relax. And that's what happened to Rocky 60. You saw that?
I was there.
Okay.
1987.
He had knocked out 20 guys in a row in Europe. Undefeated. He comes over. He heard all about me, but we all feel each other out. By round 5, he thought I was his for the taking. I could tell. He was so confident. And when I hit the ring ropes, he forgot all about defense and came in with the right hand. I hit him with a left hook, ruptured his eardrum, broke his jaw. When he hit the ground, he broke his nose. And that's one punch. And by the way, I had predicted I would knock him out with the right hook a week before the fight.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I just saw my wife's students just last week. I said one of John's biggest fights. I said I was scared for you.
So was I. So was I.
That
Because
guy
he was supposed to knock me out.
He had. I mean, this guy was ripped.
It ain't a bodybuilding contest.
Yeah, I know, but it's scared me. I said, oh my Lord.
No, that kind of stuff never scared me because I never been hit by a bicep. When the bicep jumps up and hits me on the chin, I'll start doing curls. You see me in the gym, just that's all I'll do. But what you have to watch out for is that, and then striking weapons, which are illegal striking weapons. You just have to defend against them. And I told all my sparring partners, I trained in Miami for that fight with Jake Waring, and I told him, I said, I watched 3 of his fights. They sent me 3 of his fights. I knocked all his opponents out against the ropes. He hits the ropes and then he throws right hands. And I mean, not like a boxer would though. It was bizarre. Boxers would go 1, 2, 3, 4. They would combinate. He just goes right hand, like 3 or 4 in a row, and the guys just crumble. And he had, I think something like at least 20 knockout streak. So I said, well, I know this. I don't know if I'm going to be as fast as him. I don't know if I'm going to get him. But I know this. When I go against some ropes, he's going to throw that right hand. I watched 3 of his fights. All 3 fights ended the same way. Right hand's knocked his opponents out. So I said, when he goes to the right hand, I'll throw my right hook and I'll beat him to the punch. Because if you look at this, the right hand is back here. My right hook is right here. If Brady tries to throw the right hand, I got to get you. Well, he's got to be expecting the hook. But I just mean, I felt confident that I would be able to get out of the way and counter him with the right hook. So 7th round, he puts me up against ropes. Now I got 2 broken hands, by the way.
Yeah, I remember.
Dislocated thumb, broken, my knuckle. You see these fingers the same length? It's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to look like that. But Vic got broken off, hit on the forehead. So I got 2 broken hands. I'm in pain. I'm up against the ropes, and he's chunking those right hands, those bombs. And I missed. I waited 7 rounds, and I missed. But my brain had been trained so much to throw that right hook. Not thinking, not conscious, it just went again. All of a sudden, my right hook, and the second time I threw it, it broke his eardrum, jaw, and nose, and I won the fight. Of course, you never give guys like that rematches. No matter how much money they offer you, you choose. I won a lot of fights. Luck will fall into it. Well, anyway, I don't want to full credit because anything can happen in a fight game. What you guys are doing now is going to make it more difficult for anybody to attack, but it doesn't make you Superman. I mean, you know, we all can be caught. You're not going to become John Wick or who are the other guys? Jack Reacher. You know, and all the bad guys just drop like flies. You never know. I know one thing. I fought a lot of times with broken jaws, broken noses. One of the most painful things was a fractured cheekbone. My sinus cavity was cracked. Maurice Smith, the UFC champion and heavyweight kickboxing champion, goes an uppercut with these illegal 6-ounce Japanese gloves, and it just cracked it. And I literally looked to my corner, quit. I said in the corner, I said, I can't finish the fight. I'm done. I'm so much pain. And he looked at my corner, man, looked at his ropes, and he goes, Don, you got one more round. Just go out there and bluff your way through it. Because I thought he would come on me in the last round, right? So the bell rings. I said, okay, I'm going to try one more. I go out there, and you can see me on the film. I'm yelling. I'm acting like I'm ready to fight. If he would have done this, I would have gone over and he would have won the fight. I would have lost that fight. But I totally bluffed him. He must have, oh, he got his second win back. Oh, now he's attacking me. Now he's, I totally fooled. But after the fight, what happened was my head swelled up so much. You guys probably don't know who this is. You guys heard of the Elephant Man? Okay, I was not the dragon. All the other fighters called me the Elephant Man. Because my eyeball swelled up. And when I got to America, the doctor said, I said, what is all this? Why is I can look at my side of my face and see my own cheek. He goes, well, the blood's bleeding in your head. It's not coming out your nose. It's not coming out your body. So he said, it'll go on. We'll watch it, but it'll relieve itself naturally. So it's not like Rocky. Cut me, Rocky, cut me. No. I said, get that razor blade away from my face. I'm going to be a movie star after this. What are you talking about? Cut my face open. No. The doctor just said that in Japan, it wasn't even an injury they wanted to take. They didn't take the doctor. I asked to go to Japan. They looked at it, you don't even, the Japanese decided promoter and the medics, people on the ringside, said, well, maybe they'd seen much worse. But I've never seen Elephant Man. That's Believe It, Right, Lucas, by the way. Remember Believe It was Benny's brother-in-law? Yeah, it's him and the other American fighters. They go, here comes the Elephant Man. I'm walking and my head is moving around while I'm walking. But anyway, guys, those are nightmare stories. They're not going to happen to any of the kids here. but you know what? I went through the 72 5 and 2. I went through the almost 80 pro fights, so you guys don't have to. And I'm teaching you the actual real truth about blocking and kicking and what's important in balance and exhaling, breathing. Because, I fought many years, 10 and 12 rounders, and you can't do it if you hold your breath. You got to relax. You got to think about your arm is more of a whip. It's more of it's relaxed. It's hitting, and your arms are not tight. You're not lifting weights. You're dropping your body weight on your opponent through your arms, but the arms are not doing the work. It's not. I heard Van Dam one time. He said, well, you got to do a lot of curls, throw hard punches because you got to have big, strong arms. And I'm thinking, man, it's like if you're a doctor, it'd be malpractice. It would be, because he never fought 12 rounds. You go online and say, jump on the idea of world title fights, nothing's going to pop up. Anyway, do we have any questions? We're going to go into a section of the, oh no, we can do the kicks. Okay, right. Where you take kicks and there's some fence where you do kicks. Okay, everybody, yes.
How many like basic kicks are there for this?
Oh, there are many basic kicks, but front kick, side kick, roundhouse kick. Those are the main ones people use in the fight game. Some guys will finish people with spin kicks. I've used it before, spin kicks. They're good kicks if you land them. But basically, the front, the roundhouse, and the side kick are probably 70% kicks that martial artists throw. Thais usually use just the roundhouse kick. And they do a thing like the T. It's kind of a push kick almost. It's not a snap. It comes up and it hits you and backs you up. You know, they use it as like a stop kick kind of thing. But their main thing is the roundhouse kick, and they hit the shin. So it's not like us who are martial arts where we kick the balls of our feet or small portions of our body. They hit the entire shin, and they put a lot of hip into it, the body weight. You know, I fought 5 Thais champions, won 4 out of 5. I lost a decision in Bangkok. But the reason I lost that fight was greedy. I won that $25,000. And they said, you got to drop 8 pounds before the fight. The day after the fight, they told me. And people said, you should have just got up and fight and flown home. I said, you know what? I won that money. I won that money. So I don't begrudge. I put it on my record. But you know, the guy would have never beat me if I hadn't dropped that weight. When you lose 8 pounds, you drink a couple glasses of water, get in the ring, it doesn't go into your body. I was dehydrated in that fight. Don't you guys ever do that. Don't ever lose 8 pounds in a fight in Bangkok. It's not healthy. Okay, everybody. So let's get what I saw you guys do is you had your hands up. So let's do the kicks again, but we'll start with only your lead leg. Because what I like to do is I like to set guys up where you don't just throw your best, hardest kick right off the bat in any situation. You throw I feel like you just snap the kick out just to see what they're going to do, see how the guy goes to block it. And you keep your defense up, and your weapon comes forward, and your defense stays back here, and his target, your chin, stays protected. And out of his reach as much as possible. And then if your weapon comes out, whether it's roundhouse, front kick, you know what? I for many years threw heel kicks. I threw my heel because I didn't want to break my toes. Because I have thrown many times and broke my toes. In fights and even just sparring. So I felt really comfortable just slamming my heel in there. I never hurt my heel, no matter what I did. So I don't suggest you guys all do it, but it's just my preference for the time. 9 times out of 10, I would use my heel. On a front kick, yeah. Right. Big toe, I'll do my toe back, and my heel will be right leading straight. But everybody, let's see you guys working this thing. Front kick, keeping your hands up now. Because you're protecting yourself while your weapon comes out, and you basically will look at your opponent to see how they react to it when you throw it, right? Exhaling when you do it. Exhale on serious technique. And you know what? When you're kicking with your legs, it's a big part of your body. Yeah. Bring your knee up, right? As your knee comes up, the kick will just come out naturally higher, a little higher. Your upper body's relaxed. How do you guys watch Machida when he fought Randy Couture? Randy Couture's a friend of mine now, but Randy Couture's a wrestler. And of all the fights I've watched, just about any fights anybody has, you rarely see a guy throw a simple jump front kick and knock a guy unconscious. It's not some world champion like Randy Couture. But he is a wrestler. And he did the